After 25 years, the PDT rule is gone. The SEC is aiming to eliminate the 25K minimum trade limits and the pattern day trader label altogether. In its place, a real-time risk-based margin. More than 1 million accounts will be affected, and with the rise of zero DT options and short duration hedging, traders now have a bit more freedom to trade how they want, when they want. Once FINRA posts the official notice, the clock starts, and about 45 days later, this thing goes live. Jamal, let's start with the obvious question here. This thing lasted 25 years. It didn't come out of nowhere. What problem is this going to solve?
I mean, it's going to allow traders to trade more freely. I know that this was created at a time, this rule was created at a time where there was extreme volatility in the markets. And I understand regulators were trying to sort of help traders out and not get too carried away with risk. But it also actually created risk as well. Sometimes traders would have to hold positions overnight, and that doesn't always work out well. So I think this is actually going to free traders up to trade a little more freely. I think this is an important opportunity to discuss handling risk, right, in markets, particularly markets that can be a little bit volatile. But I think this is a good thing overall for traders.
Yeah, I think, Mike, that's where it gets interesting, right? How does this actually change for the end user in terms of how they operate in the market?
Yeah, really for me, it's all about just risk management and risk removal. I can't tell you how many times we'll be broadcasting live and someone in the YouTube chat or on tastylive listening, watching somewhere is like, hey, I have this trade on. I want to close it, but it's going to affect my PDT rules. It's going to push me over the edge. I can't close the trade. How can I manage this risk? And we have to talk about boxing the spread off or using a different vertical spread to offset directional risk, yada, yada, yada. So now that it'll be much cleaner, you can just close the position, you can manage risk and get out of positions when you want to. You don't have this thing looming in the background where you're worried about getting over that rule that would lock you out of your account if you had more than four trades or day trades in the 5-day rolling period. So it's going to be really good for smaller accounts because, as you said, this does affect people that have 25K or teetering around 25K. But, you know, it gets even more hairy because if you're trading futures or equities, that can kind of make it more cloudy too. So just the removal of this, it's been a long time coming, and it's amazing that we are about a month and a half away. Yeah. And we're prepping on the back end here at Tasty to make sure that we're ready for it.
Jamal, I mean, the old system didn't really care what you were trading. 4 trades triggered the same consequence, whether you were trading low vol ETFs or taking higher risk positions. So your activity now is judged based on your actual risk, which is a much more rational framework, I think, for those smaller account traders. And then the buying power is no longer a static number at the start of any single day. If you're running lower risk trading strategies, your capital can go a little bit further. So traders who manage their exposure well and responsibly should see a little bit more efficient use of their balance sheets once this is enacted. Am I wrong to think those things?
No, absolutely. Look, we interact with customers all day long who ask us, what's the barrier for entry for an account in general? How much money should I put in, whether it's 5, whether it's 10? People ask those type of things all the time. And honestly, I guess there's a number, but I don't want to limit people, right? And I think, you know, helping people understand you can actually do small accounts, just you really have to be careful of risk, right? I'm putting on trades, but I think this is, you know, such a good thing. I mean, look, we've used it for even when the rule has been in place, we've used it as an opportunity to talk about trading things that settle into cash, right? How many times have we talked about that to try to help reduce risk in some way in this scenario? So I think you've been able to have education around that for trading, but I think this also presents an opportunity to have a real wider discussion about risk, right? Like we talk about risk all the time, but now you have the ability to talk about here's why you might want to do a day trade in this situation, but also be careful of these things, you know, going forward. I mean, I think this is just a great opportunity for all of us. So buckle up. We got to be ready.
Mike, we're talking about some of the positives here. What are some of the downsides as a result of this? Surely there got to be some.
I mean, it's hard to say because really like the biggest thing for me is the rise in 0-day trades, whether you're trading some of the high-flying tech stocks or whether you're trading indices, and really the reaction of markets to binary events. Maybe you have a Fed announcement in the middle of the day and you're trying to hedge or trade around that, and let's say you get the move and you're trying to close that position or hedge it. Like if you're racking up day trades or you're already at the limit, you don't have the ability to efficiently close that position or remove the risk. So I mean, for me, I think if you were to play devil's advocate and say, you know, what is the risk of something like this? I really don't know. It's hard to say because this is really going to affect the people that have smaller accounts or mid-sized accounts that are trying to effectively manage risk and not hold risk overnight even per se. Because that's another thing too. Like if you were at the day trade limit and you weren't able to close the position, you might have had to be like, well, I just got to take this risk and hold the position till the next trading session where it wouldn't affect you in terms of the day trading rule. So the ability to just close out whenever you want without any, negative consequence, I feel like is a win-win for everyone.
Well, Chris, is there something to be said for a situation that the current circumstances under which this is being done? Again, 25,000 has sometimes considered like the barrier to entry. And we're in an environment where there's high inflation, things are getting more expensive. People are looking for ways to find alpha in a market that's continually moving. I mean, we just moved up 10% in like such a quick period of time. How many people would have been able to benefit from that type of situation? So there's something to be said about the environment too, right?
I think that's what's informing this. When you look at OCC data, 29% of trade flow in the market right now are 0 DTEs and SPY. So the old system, the old PDT rule didn't really map well to how people actually trade them. And I think the new system does. It's kind of catching up to how the market behaves. The only concern that I would have as a potential negative here is, these were guardrails, particularly for inexperienced and newer traders. And that's not necessarily the people who tune in and consume our content. But for those younger inexperienced traders, just say resist the urge to overtrade now that some of those guardrails are gone. That's how your losses can compound. It's good to walk away sometimes when you're not on a heater, which is difficult to do, but it's necessary to do.
No, that's true. I think that's where we come in really to talk more about this. And, maybe there's an opportunity to bring in people in the past who were really, really sort of probably misusing this thing in the early 2000s, right? I mean, that I think that's an interesting scenario too, to talk to people who have never had to deal with it and people who had to deal with it and really probably used it wrong and how they would do something different this time around.
So, Mike, this is not even official yet. FINRA still needs to issue the official notice. Once that happens, a full rollout may not even be this year. So what's the urgency around reacting to this right now?
Yeah, I think the urgency is definitely just awareness. If you want more information on it, you can find it. It's all publicly listed. You can even find the SEC letter publicly listed if you want to read it. But yeah, I think once the official regulatory notice comes out from FINRA, there'll be about a 45-day after that is posted where things will be able to go live with brokerage firms. Some firms will be sooner than later. Tasty, again, is working in the background right now to make sure that we're ready to go. So I think there's an 18-month clause where if you want extended time, you have over a year to figure it out. But obviously, we like to be ahead of the curve, and we'll make sure that we're ready to go once we have the ability to go live.
Well, is it signal versus noise? I think it's a signal. This rule's been in place for 25 years and now it's gone, and it meets where the market's moving right now. More and more folks are trading 0 DTEs. We'll catch you next time. Like and subscribe for more videos. You've been watching Tasty Live.